wrestling card collectors, welcome to another edition of WTCtv. I have a very special guest today, man. I have the one, the only, PBear.
Let's go.
Let's
I'm here.
go.
I'm
How
here.
are you, man?
Put my kids to bed. I'm ready to go. I'm good.
Now
I'm
the
good.
fun
I'm
starts,
excited
right?
to talk to you. Yeah, I'm excited to talk to you. Hopefully we don't get too excited and I wake them up, because that won't be good.
We'll just keep it down. We'll keep it down just like that. Yeah.
Oh hell yes, will we keep to a minimum.
What? So I thought it'd be kind of cool to have you on and we talk about wrestling cards, because I always like talking wrestling cards. I know you like talking wrestling cards, and you're part of the Card Foundation podcast. And I've said this before to multiple people. I'm going to tell you again. I think it's the smoothest, most well-produced podcast out there. I love listening to it. I want to know the history about it a little bit and how your involvement is like that. Like, how did you get involved with the Card Foundation podcast?
That is funny because I feel like I really never actually told the story, or Danny always tells the story. But shout out to Danny and Johnny. Danny does all the editing, does all those great little things. I don't know how to do that at all. But the way it started was Danny and Johnny did a podcast about baseball cards called Caught Looking. And they were part of the Major Wrestling Figure podcast. And I just before the pandemic, like a few months before the pandemic, I got back into collecting baseball cards. My friend opened a shop called Filth Bomb. I was helping out there, ripping packs. And I have a son now, so I was buying packs for him for not really, you're buying packs for my son. I wasn't buying packs for him. I was opening them and setting them all up. And I got that urge. And then with the Major Wrestling Figure podcast, I go, wow, I'm more into wrestling than I am into baseball. And wrestling cards are pretty nice, and they're way less expensive.
Yep.
Way less expensive. And I just started like diving into that, doing ripping boxes and this and that. And then
do you remember the first box or pack you bought when you got back into doing wrestling cards?
SmackDown 2019 SmackDown with Kofi Kingston on the cover. Was that 2000? With Kofi Kingston on the cover, the blue box.
Yeah, I see the box in my head. I don't know what year that was, but
Aleister Black rookie card was in it, and 2 guaranteed autos in it. I want to say the box was like $40, like $30-40, 2 guaranteed autos. And this was like 2 years ago. So I go, wow, this is great compared to the $150 I spent on baseball boxes. So Danny and Johnny had me on their baseball podcast, and I was talking about how, I'm switching over from baseball into wrestling. Just it's more affordable, it's more fun. I like it. I like the wrestlers better. I go, there should do podcasts about, modern wrestling cards. And they said, yeah, that'd be a great idea. Fast forward like 3 weeks later, they say they're doing another podcast about wrestling cards. I go, and they start the podcast, like they do 2 episodes without me. There's 2 episodes without me. And I'm like, I messaged them. I go, that was a great idea you guys got. And they're like, yeah, we kind of got it from you. I go, yeah, I know. And they're like,
yeah,
well,
kind of got it from me.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I said that. And they're like, well, if we think it'd be a good addition to join our podcast, and we do the wrestling card podcast. I go, I'm all about it. If I had to ask the wife, because I do work, a full-time job, to see if I can sneak in every Monday night to talk an hour and a half about about wrestling cards. And she said, that's fine. And
getting the permission.
Every week,
I know that feeling. I know.
Because I'm taking time away from the kids. So I said we could do it at 10 o'clock on Monday nights. They'll be sleeping. And then this it just kept evolving more and more and more and more. And it's honestly like a true passion now, wrestling cards. And every day I'm talking with them, talking with you guys, and just about wrestling cards and how great it is.
How has the podcast itself evolved from the time it first started to where it's at now?
We have notes every week now. Johnny just took over the notes, so Danny would send notes every week. Like before, it was just like maybe bullet points. Now we have well-written notes. We
you guys got full table reads.
It's amazing notes, which I should read prior to getting on, but I glance at it. I like to be surprised. And now we do Instagram took over, and I was getting a lot of cards back, and you want to show off the slabs you get. I want to show off the cards we get. And then Instagram got more and more popular. We got over 1,000 followers there, which I was so excited about, people looking at our cards. And we started doing
you pretty much manage that mostly, right?
I do manage that mostly. Yeah. Sometimes some hard questions go to Danny, he'll answer it, and Johnny handles the Twitter. He writes well. I'm not a big writer. I don't know what I'm talking about. So I like the pictures, and started doing some razzes and just some box breaks. And I love just ripping cards on Instagram. It's just fun to share the excitement with everybody else. And it's fun for people watching. If you're doing a box break for somebody else, now you're excited. And I know that person, that card you're pulling for is excited. So everybody's just, it's almost like a craps table. Everybody's just cheering for it.
I actually jumped in. I've jumped in and watched a couple of the ones you've been breaking sometimes.
It's and I'm always looking for that, like that viral moment to pull like the 101 rock or the 101 thing. I pulled a 101 Lindsay Dorado, didn't really go viral, I'll tell you that. But
what's a 101? Who cares, man?
Yeah, it's a 101, but it just, and the wrestling card, you know this, the wrestling card, everybody's so friendly. Everybody's so nice. Everybody's trying to help each other out. Somebody's like, oh, this is for the PC. Hey, I know you like this rock card. They'll send me links to rock cards, or they'll have this and that. It just,
you guys, either Danny or Johnny, somebody sent me oh, you're doing Dexter Loomis as a part of your PC now. They sent me a card.
Yeah, honestly, Danny is the nicest one out of all of us. He does send out a lot of cards and does a lot of things. It's just such a great community where everybody's kind of cheering for each other and helping each other out. Like, here's a Dexter Loomis card. I don't need it. You want it? And we'll send it out. And I just enjoy that. I enjoy the conversations with people. What I really like the most is when people send us pictures of like big cards. And I just get to repost it. And it's just exciting.
Start posting the Roman Reigns one that got put out there. And that
God. Stacking slabs got that.
I mean, he jumped in. I mean, he dove in pretty deep now, going like he's a hardcore Roman Reigns fan now.
I listen to Brett, and Brett was more football than wrestling. I see that sumbitch turn into more wrestling than football. I already see it turning a little bit.
I see it too.
And that's exactly what happened to me. It just starts moving over. Now, I see stuff like that. And then that gets your wheels turning, because you see a 101, like, well, at least I want the green or the gold. Then I go buy a gold, and it just, other cards motivate people to buy other cards, and kind of, it's fun. That's kind of what fun.
I was a Kurt Angle collector. It's pretty much my thing. And my PC just started this year. After all these years of used to collecting, and I stopped for a long time, I was never a player collector until this year. I said, hey, I might as well do Kurt Angle stuff. So I started getting some of that stuff. Then I thought I should kind of almost diversify my portfolio, and kind of I should get something modern. I should get something modern now too. Get on the ground floor of like a Dexter Loomis. If he goes big, great. If not, it doesn't cost me a lot. Who cares, And I'm having fun with it.
Exactly.
Right? So I'm having fun with it. So all of a sudden I start doing the Dexter stuff. And next thing you know, I was like, people are like, hey, I'll help you out. I got this. I got that. Now I've got a growing list of Dexter stuff within a few weeks already. It's just incredible.
I love his autograph, by the way. It's a little different. It's nice. He writes it all out. So there it is. Loomis with the long line. I love it. I do like that autograph.
And it's clean. It's not some sort of, initials at least.
No, it's not. It's not a lazy initial. Not a lazy initial.
None at all. But and I got you say people get motivated from other people, watching people get stuff and like that, right? And that's kind of what happened to me. I got motivated seeing like Zan from Wrestling with Cards, and my partner from Worlds Collide. He started collecting, carrying cross stuff, and because he's not really a player collector for certain things, he decided he was going to do that one instead. And I go, that's kind of cool. And then watching his journey collecting things was kind of inspiring. I go, I need to find somebody modern, and that's what got me doing Dexter Loomis stuff.
Zan has also, I picked up a few cross things because of Zan. It's like almost like a subliminal message. Like he'll post that card, and you're like, I do like carrying cross. Next thing you know, you're on your next thing I was like, he could be the next thing. And next thing you're on eBay, like buying his cards. And again, these wrestling cards are affordable. You're not spending the $500, $600. You could buy. I bought one. I think I bought one for like $38, and I was a gold autograph, and I was happy with it. And
you could find. Wrestling cards are so affordable compared to other genres, even in non-sports too. But you can find all kinds of cool stuff for what I keep saying, grossly undervalued talent. $38 is like nothing really. You can even find some stuff like potential. You want to get into the ground floor on some names that may or may not become sort of big or big. You can find autograph cards for $5, $8, $10.
You can find Big E, the champion, right now for like $10, which I think is crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy. And like they will go up. You're buying for $10. If it goes up, in fact, it go to 20. It goes. People are, that's like we talked about. There's not enough zeros in it for like the big heavy hitters that get in it. And I love that you said that, because that clicked in so many, like, you're right. But it's but the margins potential is there.
But the margins are still the same. Like, well,
Yeah.
my ROI on my Jordan card was 35%, so like that. Like, yeah, but but I can get the same 35, 40, maybe even 100% on a smaller valued item in wrestling. My return on investment is still just the same percentage wise, if not greater. Like you said,
I couldn't agree
I
more.
could buy a Big E card right now for $10, and who knows, in a year it might be $20. I doubled my money.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
Tell,
And
tell me stuff in other sports where you can go and spend $10,000 and it goes to 20,000 and like that. Really, it's hard. It's not far and few
it's
between.
very hard. It's very it's and 10,000 could go real quick to 1,000.
Yeah, really
That's
could. This is why my
so.
other analogy I say is when you have like what's his name, a Luca guy, he gets a $4
Yeah,
million
Luka
card.
Doncic.
Yeah. And he's a $4 million card. I go, dude, the guy's 23 years old. He's an Achilles injury away becoming a $40 card.
It is very scary. Like those sports are very, very scary.
That's and those, as I've always said about trading cards are stocks. So that's where you're playing. Those are high risk cards. Those are high risk stocks. Whereas you get into wrestling with established cards, like
Yeah.
you've got bankable names. You've got names that are just they're legends. That's why guys are always going to invest in Maris and Mantle and Ruth and
Yeah.
Jordan. I mean, their values aren't going to go anywhere. Really, they're just not going to go anywhere. Down, anyways. They got nothing to go.
They're only going to go up. They're only going to go up.
And as we've talked about a little bit before off air too, even when you have controversy behind your name in wrestling, with that Dark Side of the Ring episode, Flair's collectability did not get affected at all by that at all. None. He's still holding value, if not even going up a little bit. It's just crazy, but then again, there's Velveteen Dream.
Yeah. That's at the bottom there, and I do not see that going up at all. But
no,
Ric Flair keeps strutting. Yeah, and he's fine.
Yeah, that's right. He's fine. So, other than you mentioned that the community's like that. Other than the community of wrestling cards, what else do you find that's so cool about wrestling cards? That our group of people, besides the camaraderie, people helping each other out. Like, what do you find about wrestling cards is different from other cards?
I just think The Rock broke the mold. So I'm kind of looking for The Rock is almost the famous person in probably the world. Like, so you could buy, who could be possibly the next Rock? Somebody could. So I like investing in something like a Roman Reigns. I'm like, he could be the next guy. Where again, you probably a year ago you could bought his rookie card for $5. That card has gone up in value, but he could possibly do a transition over. Who's going to be like the next superstar, and people are going to blow their mind. What I really enjoyed about the collecting thing was Danny calls me up and says, "Hey, I think I found the Rock rookie card that nobody really knows about. It's the Panini sticker." He goes, "Everybody's going nuts over the game card."
Oh, the game card. No. The game card too.
Yeah. The game card at that point everybody's going nuts. He's like, "But I found this." I go, "Oh, really?" So he sends me it. I go, "It's like you could buy a box now for like $100 of the sticker cards." I go, "Oh." I was like, that's pretty interesting. I was like, all right, I did. So I was like, let me buy 5 boxes. So I got 5 boxes for $500. It was like the biggest investment I ever did. I was like, The Rock's not going anywhere. And I believe you, Danny. I think this card's going to be it. 2 months later, I see it getting the PSA 10 getting sold for thousands of dollars. And that box now went from $100 to $500. And that just really got me just like that. And I was like, whoa, I got really, at that point, I go, okay.
It's like dealing in stocks. Like someone gave you a tip, almost like not really insider information, almost, but it's like just someone who's smart about the collectible, or whatever the company, and they go, "Hey, I hear they got something coming out, man. So I really believe in this company. I think you should go invest in it." It's like that, and you go and you buy some stock. Oh my God, my options went up real high.
It's so much fun. Like, honestly, like getting on like ground floor, somebody like I saw the potential in that guy, and now I'm reaping all the benefits. Yep. Like you're right, it is my investment. I am invested. I have a lot of like Rhea Ripley rookie autographs, so I'm cheering for her. I just want her to do great, and you just hope you cheer with them, you cheer along their career, and hopefully they do a lot of things. So it's so much fun. It's so much fun. You're watching your investments do good things. I have missed a few, which is not fun, but.
Well, we all do. Nobody's perfect, man.
No, yeah, nobody's perfect.
So in your collection, like, how do you decide? Do you collect for fun on some aspect, just to collect? Do you collect and some part of it's like your portfolio of collecting? You have a certain part where you collect for fun, a certain part you're collecting for investment for long term, and a certain part you're just flipping?
I think everything is more of an investment purpose. I PC a lot of Brian Meyer stuff. He's my friend, so I PC a lot of his stuff. But I do it more for the investment purpose. I want to be like the guy that's like, oh, who got this? I got the first Rhea Ripley auto graded and stuff like that. And be like, oh, great idea and stuff like that. So it's more for investment purposes. And I like to hold on to it and try to figure out the right time to sell it. And some cards I do fall in love with when I get it back from. I'm a big grader. I get back from PSA, like, I was going to sell this, but I kind of really like this card now, and I think this could go up in value later. So I'm more of an investment buyer. Like I kind of, and I go hard. I go down these rabbit holes where I stop buying one of like the card I want, because then I find it hard to sell because I only have the one of it. So I'd buy like 5 of them of the same card and then send them all to get graded, and then I could kind of sell a few of them stuff. So I kind of do it that way now, because I found it very hard just to sell the one, because now I like it. I want it.
I like
so
it. I want it.
it's a lot easier when you have a few, like, okay, I can sell these and I still have one. So I'd say mainly an investment buyer.
Now, how do you determine when you're gonna sell? Are you looking for quick flips, or are you have anything you're sitting on for a long term?
I'm sitting on a few for a long term, and I'm doing a few quick flips. I'm doing a little bit of both. Like, it's kind of, you want to sell at the right time. You don't want to sell when somebody's
wrestling
out.
Is different.
Wrestling is different.
How do you determine the right time in wrestling as opposed to other sports? You're playing based on performance there.
I had like a Becky Lynch at a PSA 9 rookie card, and I was like, oh, I was going to sell. I go, well, she's not even on TV now. And then the second she came back and won that match versus Bianca Belair, I was like, oh, now's a time to sell it, because she's, people are talking about her. I thought it would like sell instantly. It didn't really.
No.
So you are right. It is way harder than basketball, where somebody has like a 40-point game. Everybody's looking to buy a million of their cards.
And football, I think, is the worst, because you can have like a star running back who's a consistent producer for that team, and then somehow gets injured. They throw in this guy you don't really know, like a second, third string guy. Guy comes in his first game and rushes for 215 yards. Like he's the next big thing. Everybody's clamoring for his stuff, man. Kind of clamoring for his stuff. It's all about numbers with that. Where in wrestling, it's storytelling and character driven type stuff, and it's like, but some of those things have to flesh out over months. I mean, look at Roman Reigns. Wasn't anything, and he was hated. He was getting shoved down your throats every week. And now that he's kind of like, I like him like this. Now he's got like, there's some value there now. Like, but how long are you going to hold on your cards 5 years ago?
It is. If somebody, I wish everybody wishes this. If somebody taps you on the shoulder, now is the time to sell it. Now you won't get any more. It is a delicate balance, where if somebody like the Fiend, I invested in a lot. I got a lot of Fiend cards. I got a lot at PSA now.
I still don't think that's a bad investment. I still think that wherever
I don't think so. But I think when he pops up would probably be a better time to sell than it is right now.
I wouldn't sell all right now.
So like stuff like that. So you kind of gauge the market and figure it out. And like Rhea Ripley won WrestleMania match, I would have sold Rhea Ripley a few at that moment when she won WrestleMania, and Bianca Belair. So I kind of try to pick the moments where people are speaking about it and relevant. But again, it's a way harder in wrestling.
What do you have? It's your favorite in your collection right now?
I have a 2010 Platinum, WWE Platinum. Was it 2010?
2000 Platinum, yeah.
Kurt Hawkins at a 99 signed card, but those are sticker autos. But that was the first time Brian was signing sticker autos. So I remember he had the sheets, like he's like, I had a million sheets, and on a few sheets he wrote like "Let's go Mets" on the sticker, and the other one I wrote PMC for your initials on one of the stickers. Like, oh, okay, cool. He's like, I signed like thousands of them, and on eBay it popped up, and he bought it for me. I didn't even know. He's like, I got you the one with the sticker that I got for you. I sent it to PSA, and I got PSA 8 on it, and it's my favorite card, because what are the odds of him finding it and getting it?
That's a great story, though. It's a great story to tell.
I think it's a really cool thing. I'm really happy about that. So when he signed stickers again for another company, I want to write a few like PBear, get a few of them out there, so get my collection going bigger.
And for your collection, what's the holy grail for you?
What's the holy grail for me?
Everybody's different. So like, what would you?
I want that. somebody has the Topps Chrome,
That's
Roman
Chrome.
Reigns.
You know
Yeah,
what? Ever
first
since I heard you say that on that on Card Foundation, now every time I go, I send a message to Zan going, "Hey, I picked up a box of Topps Chrome for us."
Topps. I don't know how that started. It just got in my head, and then I was like, "Man, that was the coolest thing I've ever said." I go, "It's so sad they lost the license." I go, "I just got this thing over, and now they're losing a light. You're killing me here,
Good thing
guys."
I didn't make bumper stickers and T-shirts on this.
Yeah, exactly. I was this close to making T-shirts, 6 O's across the chest.
Topps Chrome.
But I love the Roman Reigns first year Topps Chrome, the auto. It's his second year, but it's first year in Top Chrome. The 1 of 1 Super Fractor auto. I think it's a PSA. I want to say it's a PSA 10 too. The guy has it up there for a lot of money. I think that's a super cool card. I like Roman Reigns. I have it at PSA now. The Panini sticker of The Rock.
Uh-huh.
I have it at PSA now. I don't know I would love a PSA 10 of that, but it could come back at a PSA 10. I don't know.
You got to, from my understanding, listening, and I'll be honest, I haven't listened to all the episodes yet, but from all the episodes I have listened to, you're a big advocate on the gradings like that. The other two guys seem to come to you for your opinion a lot about gradings like that. Like, how long have you been doing the grading stuff?
I've only been doing the grading stuff for like a year. I want to say a year and a half.
So since you got into wrestling cards.
Yeah, since I got into wrestling cards, I went instantly into grading because I saw the value in the grading where it was so much easier to sell. Because I worked at helped out at a shop called Filth Bomb, and the guy there was like, "You should get these cards graded." He goes, at that point, I think it was like $15 a year and a half ago, where that'd blow everybody's mind now. $15 to get it graded. I go,
I paid 12.
Yeah, 12. Yeah, for the older cards.
Yep.
So that's amazing. Right now, everybody would kill for it to pay PSA to get, for $12. So he said, he's like, I could review the cards. He's like, the trick is you got to review the cards, and then I could tell you if it's going to be like a 9 or a 10. You send it in, it's going to jump this card up from a $4 card to a $40 card, to even a $100 card.
Yeah.
And if you in their rookie cards, they have great. You could go. So I started like researching that. I go, he's right. And I would bring him like 10 cards, and he'd send them into PSA, and it wasn't that long. It'd take like 5 months to get back, and then I'd sell them so easily. It'd be so easy to sell them on eBay, where it wasn't if I'm buying a card on eBay, I'm looking at like 50 different, like zooming in on the pictures, making sure it's going to be a good grade. I just think grading, he was like, grading is going to be the future now. And I think it's actually not even the future. I think it's the now. I think I don't see it going backwards, or people aren't buying cards not to get them graded.
No. And in any grading company too. I mean, there's so many people in the grading companies know, because there's more and more keep popping up. And it's not just cards anymore. Now you can get magazines graded, get video games graded, you can get VHS tapes graded. I mean, I found a bunch of factory sealed, from Japan, the old FMW hardcore deathmatch VHS tapes that are still factory sealed. The guys are like, you got to turn those in for grading. I'm like, grade VHS tapes? What are you talking about?
Oh yeah. And I'm one of those actual people that say, you guys send it in for grading. I'm thinking of like, what's the next thing that's going to go big that's getting graded, like the Bumblebee Tuner rock card. Who saw that coming?
Yeah, who saw that coming?
Whoever had the 5 people that had it graded, tip the cap. I want to be one of those guys like, oh, who saw that coming? I want to be like
PBear saw that coming.
Yeah, at that point I did not see that. So I sent in a few so I was like, you try to go back to, nostalgia. Like, what did I like as a kid? So I sent in, I think 2 of the Good Humor ice cream bar cards.
Oh, yeah.
Hogan.
Oh,
yeah,
I got a couple of these ones laying around.
Oh, those, the Dudleys and stuff. And I started going to that. I started going to things like that. I started sending in the magazine, the WF magazine cards, the perforated edges.
All right, now you taking those apart?
Oh, I peeled all those apart.
Oh, what was that process like?
I was on a flat surface. First, I cut out the paper. I cut it out of the magazine, so it's fully out. And then I folded it like maybe 40, 50 times, up and down, up and down, up and down. And then on a nice flat surface, you just, hands on each side and just a nice slow peel, and you'll feel it go, and it just comes off, and you're like, oh, nice. So I sent a lot of those in. I just you're trying to be the next thing, be the one of the first people to have it. So I'm big on that.
I see other people doing that in other genres of stuff. Like I've been seeing people like going after those the Rat Packs, from looking for Eazy-E and NWA cards. I've seen You guys really trying to push Rocky cards. I'm starting to
Yep.
see on my Twitter feed, because I start following some certain people, whatever. I started seeing people posting like Three's Company cards and just
You
weird
want to hear what else
stuff.
I went down? I went down Space Jam rabbit hole where I just bought all Space. I go, Space Jam's coming out. Let me send in all the Michael Jordan Space Jam sticker cards from.
Oh,
So I
nice.
sent all those in. Space Jam's came out of the movies. My cards are still at PSA, so that's not the
Yeah.
best timing. That's not the best time.
No, well, the time it hurts like that. But I saw some stuff that people are clamoring for that LeBron on card,
I saw that
yeah,
the new
autograph
one.
card, yeah, from the new Space
I
Jam.
bought Ghostbuster cards to get graded. I bought 2 seal boxes of I'm a big Ghostbuster guy,
oh,
and
come
I
on.
bought it. Yeah.
Hey, if you need anything, Ernie Hudson, I work with the guy. I can get it signed for you.
I probably would take you up on that. I'm a big guy. I just watched them
I,
on Jimmy Fallon.
yeah, they're casting there. Yeah, I just got an email from someone here in Phoenix that's looking to do a screen a film for him and give him an awards like that. So I got to reach out to him tomorrow to see if he's
He looks
interested.
great. I legit just watched the whole thing. He looks like $1 million. I'm like, man, you look the best out of everybody.
And he's 75 years old. 76
Really,
years. Yeah,
looks great.
Ernie's phenomenal. He's a wonderful man. I love that guy.
That's awesome.
What else? What else you going? What other things you looking at like that outside of wrestling? I mean, most people talk about
Outside
wrestling,
of wrestling,
but
outside of wrestling, I really just want. I have a lot of baseball cards that were misses, so that's why I kind of want to stay away from baseball cards. Like I don't know if you Gavin Lux. I bought a lot of him. He didn't really pan out.
Didn't really pan out very well.
Didn't really pan out, but hey, he's still young.
Yeah.
He still could be good. So I'd rather just stick with wrestling cards and just I like it more and it's more affordable. So
I used to collect wrestling too, and I stopped collecting after I think the year was when Robin Ventura was supposed to be the big things like that. So I was going heavy on Robin Ventura stuff. The guy comes in the league. Not only is he remembered now because he got the shit kicked out of him by Roland Ryan.
That's all I remember him as. He did get that big hit for the Mets, though.
That's true. But he also started out like, here's the hottest prospect rookie that year. It's like that goes 0 for 42 when he first starts out. It's like that before he got
no, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that
42.
stat.
I'm like, oh man, I went all in on this guy. So I'm done. I'm done with baseball.
I buy a lot of Rock stuff though. Anything like Dwayne the Rock Johnson, I don't think he's
you can't go wrong there.
He can't. He's not going to miss. So he's that Red Notice. Red Notice is the #1 movie on Netflix of all time right now. He doesn't miss.
It's like almost everything the guy touches is gold, And we've talked about it before on some other podcasts before where we're talking like, imagine if this guy ends up running for office, whether he wins or loses, it's you're talking about a guy who went from, you see his story. I mean, #1 TV show when it was on, it's like that, which I watched and I loved it. But he's a guy who just went from like humble beginnings like that. And literally, that's why it's called $7 entertainment, for his company. So I could restart his career with $7 in his pocket, man.
I'm going to tell you something. I bought of The Rock that I got to send to get graded that you're going to think like, that's one of those weird things. But I'll let you know because I already bought a few of them. So I bought the TV guide with The Rock holding like the American flag on it. It's like presidential run, something about, I go, I'm going to send that into CGC.
That's brilliant. That's a brilliant thing.
If he wins, boom, that goes hand in hand. There you go.
There you go. And imagine the value of that thing, man. He wins office. And
it's almost like
who would have had the foresight to do that? And like Papa Bear did that, man. There's your moment. That's your moment, man.
Yeah, it's my moment. I gotta buy more before this goes live. I gotta buy a few more.
It'll be a few weeks, so you better hurry up. It'll actually be next week. You better hurry up.
I better buy a few now.
But yeah, I think I might even have 1 or 2 in storage somewhere, maybe.
Yeah, I bought a few of the TV guys with The Rock on it. I go, they weren't as crisp as I would like. They look like people been reading them to actually find what time the shows are. But I did think it's a cool thing. I'm probably sending it to, I think CGC does the magazine grading.
How's that as a company for them? How's your experience with them?
Never. This will be my first time.
Oh, your first time.
I really only submitted to PSA. I really kind of went all in with PSA, and this will be the first time I submit to another company. So
I've only done my first submission ever was with HGA, just because I wanted to try. I want to try out, and I got it. I got it back within my time frame, and I was pleased with what I got. Like 9.5s, 9.0s, like that. I sent 6 cards in, I think it was, and it was all modern stuff. I sent in Undisputed and 2020 Undisputed and 2020 Finest. And
those are brand yeah,
and I did well with them.
Who'd you send in?
I sent in a Carmelo 1/1 printing plate.
Oh, how'd that do? Printing
That
plates are
got
tough to get high grades.
a 9.
Really, that's good.
Got a 9. I can't pronounce her name. Io.
Io Shirai.
Yeah, sure. I got her finest, which finest is tough. Finest was tough stuff
Oh,
because
surface
of
scratches.
surface scratching. I got a 9.5,
Oh, that's good.
a
That's
9.5 on
good.
the autograph. And then I sent in 2 Charlottes, one from Undisputed, one from Finest, and I traded those off to both were 9 or 9.5s, and I sent those off to Zan. And then something else. Might have been another EO, something like that. I have a few left over, but I did good.
That's cool.
So I was happy with them. I was trying their colorful slabs, and I believe in the company if it's something you're not looking for resale purposes, but just having to add colorful for your PC.
I agree. That's more of like a PC company, just because the resale won't be as high as another company, but they do have some of the coolest slabs, and especially if you could customize it. It's definitely
Yep.
a good idea.
Like I thought about sending a couple of Hogan ones and just to have it. It was an American flag, custom
Yeah, the background.
label. Yeah, would have been kind of cool. But yeah, I'm pretty much. I mean, PSA is the Cadillac. They're the kings.
Yeah.
If you want the most on your money, you might as well go with that. But I'm not sending in anything else anytime soon. I just I have too much that I want to send. I can go broke.
I couldn't agree with you more. I have 3 like 300 count boxes full of cards, and I think I heard rumors they're lowering the price to regular, which is going to be around maybe $75 coming up soon, which is still, I have too many cards to send in at that price. I still needed to go down. I might say one or two in, but
You're still kind of picking and choosing what you think's gonna.
yeah.
I mean, in your experience and in your opinion, then what is the price point differential between the cost of the card and the cost of the grading versus what it's going to sell in the aftermarket? Like what's your profit margin looking like? I'm not saying this
Yeah,
$10 card
that's
in.
all. That's all I think about. Like it's very hard for get a wrestling card to get it over $150, even at a PSA 10.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to be a legend or a rookie card or something like that. So I wouldn't even at that point I wouldn't even risk it unless it's like a low numbered autograph or a low numbered female autograph, which they sell obviously so high, almost the highest. But it's wrestling cards. There's really no rush to sell it. What's the rush to sell it? This person, the season's not ending anytime soon.
Yeah, it's true.
So that's why
but on the flip side of that is that because there's no season and there's no time to sell it soon, now you're sitting on a bunch of inventory that you're hoping to make money on, but where are you making the money at then to
yeah, what times is it's literally a delicate balance. And I have so many cards at PSA, but the good thing about all my cards at PSA, they're all in different batches. So I get like I get like 8, 10, 15 back like every 3 weeks or something like that. So I'm not getting 500 cards back at once. And I'm just like, what am I doing with all these cards? So I kind of have a slow inventory coming in, which I planned out to do that because you send 500 cards at $15 a card. That bill is hefty at the end. So
and God forbid they upcharge you on anything.
Oh my God. Yeah. So it is tough. So I like the way I did it. So I was sending in at different times.
You just stagger your orders. Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Danny though. Danny sent in 2 cards at $150. And I don't know. This is probably airing a week. I'll let you know. Yeah. He said he's the first person to send in the Britt Baker peel away cards from the AEW exclusive Comic-Con.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's the first person.
I think I saw you guys.
Oh, he posted. I think he posted. Yeah. So he posted it, and he didn't tell me he was sending it in. He told me after the fact I sent the Britt Baker cards in. I go, I was like, oh, why don't you tell me? He goes, because I don't want to be the first one to ever have an AEW card graded. I go, shit. I go, son of a bitch, you did it. You are the first person to have an AEW card graded. And did he post the grades? I know he told me the grades. I think he posted the grades. I think he got 2 8s on it. So for a perforated card.
For perforated cards, good.
It's good. So he did it. Hats off to him. I did, it's another idea. I think he was smart enough not to tell me before because he did tell me about the Panini Rock idea. Yeah, and I stole that from him, bought 5 boxes, and he only bought 1. So that's the great thing. You with wrestling cards, you see other people's ideas and you're able to, not steal their ideas, but like that's a good idea and do the exact same thing.
Well, or you learn from it. And you kind of like, you know what? I got to be more mindful, and I got to find something that I can kind of get into. Maybe I'll tip somebody off with something I've discovered. You never
Yeah,
know.
exactly. It just you're showing off your collection, but that's also inspiring other people. Like that is a good idea. Like I do like that. Again, Zan, man, I wouldn't have bought any carrying cross, but I go, well, Zan's pretty big into wrestling, and he has a pretty good eye for talent.
Yeah.
So he's buying carrying. I was like, let me see. I was like, I like carrying cross. I like Scarlet too. I go,
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy one or two. I'm not buying his cards, but I'm buying. There's plenty of out there for reasonable prices, and I bought it like an autographed from Topps Chrome this year. So. It's
Oh,
just a fun thing.
yeah. Because anytime, and it also, it's fun when you're in this hobby and you go on social media and you start associating certain superstars with certain people that in the hobby that collect. So like when I see carrying cross stuff, I think of Zan immediately.
I want to say somebody sent me a card of carrying cross. I go, send that to Zan right now. Like I think it was 1 out of 5, and I think he already had it. I think he had it already. I go, he's like, so it is funny, and how everybody's so nice to each other. People ask us to repost pictures. No, I don't even think I repost it. And it's just definitely a growing community, and I think everybody is cheering for everybody.
Where do you think that our hobby, because I consider it kind of our hobby, where do you think our hobby is going to be at in a year, 5 years?
I think it's never going to explode, but it's going to continually rise. And I think with the competition of WWE going to Panini and Upper Deck coming out with AEW, that's only going to drive the products.
God, I haven't asked you about your thoughts on Panini stuff, but we actually talked about that during our virtual con thing anyways, really. But
I think competition is only going to make each one of them be better. And I think now we have also with the rise in indie cards is so huge now. Every promotion is going on indie card. Like it is fun. There's a lot of options, a lot of people, a lot of fun for PC collectors to get their indie card, then their AEW card. They go to W. It's just a lot of options for people, and I think it's going to continue to rise. And
you guys do bicker quite a bit on that one, or difference in opinions when it comes to indie cards.
Yeah, I'm more. Johnny is more of an indie card guy, and they're a little bit better on it than me. I'm more of a just top. Well, right now it's just Tops. I like that stuff.
So you're a pack pulled kind of guy. Is what you want?
Oh yeah, I want that. Probably want pack pulled, but he like BBM. Johnny's big on BBM. I'm not. I honestly, when he talks about it, I'm just kind of faking the conversation. Like, yeah, that's cool because I don't really know much about it. I know as much as what the picture he just sent me of that card. I go, oh, that is a cool card, and then I'll do a little research on it, but. It's how the great dynamic of our podcast is we're all a little bit different,
which is awesome. That's why I noticed that anybody listens to you guys' shows like you can totally tell the difference in each person's like viewpoints and how they look at especially your rookie talk stuff. You do rookie talk, like that's an ongoing debate within the hobby for years, and it's never going to go away.
And there's very few times it's just like a cut and dry. That's a correct answer because it just. There's nothing like different names. Everybody goes by different names, different things, and indie cards, this and that. Especially newer people coming out, I would be surprised if they don't have an indie card before they had a main roster card. It's going to be
very true.
So very those true. Be you go to wrestling shows now. They have some cards at the table. You like one of those guys on the show, you better pick up that card.
You better pick them up.
You don't know.
Even if you don't like it and you're a wrestling card collector, you might as well just go ahead and pick up one anyways. One, for 2 reasons. One, you don't know what that card or that talent's going to be down the road. So like you said. 2, you're just showing support for your local anyways. So you might as well support your local independents anyways. I mean, they need the support and then they appreciate it. So why not buy a card? Why they charge them $5 for it, something like that,
Yeah, it's just like 5, 10. And it's also, easy to get signed. It's an easy thing to get signed. And I think, if I was a wrestler, I know it's an easy thing to travel with as merch wise. Like you could 100%. Bring 30 shirts, or you could bring a stack of cards, which is
50 cards, no problem. You have
them in your back pocket if you want. Here we go.
Yeah. And a lot of them I've seen at these shows do carry them in their back pocket, looks like.
Yeah. I would have bought this. It's all creased off. I'm going to send this in to get graded.
I can't get it graded. It's like, graded? What's graded mean?
Yeah.
All right. We're having that conversation again. All right. Listen here. What other stuff you guys got coming out for new things? I just noticed recently, since when this airs, it'll be probably at least a week since you guys had your Patreon came out.
Yeah, we just launched Patreon. I had to bug Johnny for like 3 months to get that going, and then Johnny did the right thing and let Danny do it. So Danny took it upon himself and did it. which
I mean,
which was
come on,
great.
Danny, do you work? Do you have a job, Danny? I mean, come on.
Danny does have a job, and he works hard. I don't know how he finds
How does he find
time
the
in his day
time?
to do all this stuff, and then God bless him.
Eh,
And he is the backbone of this. And Johnny runs the Twitter, and I run the Instagram, and Danny does pretty much everything else. But we have a lot of plans for Patreon. We have a Facebook group we just started. A lot of more YouTube content. We're gonna do interviews every month, another extra interview. I should know these off the top of my head, these tiers, but this is more of a Johnny or Danny question. But it's just a lot of different things. We have a new card that's going to launch that if you join our top tier. So we're just trying to do a lot of interactive stuff, a lot of fun stuff. And I just want to keep talking wrestling cards with everybody. I am getting in trouble at work because I'm just constantly on my phone. It's almost sad that I see I get the weekly update on how much I'm on my phone.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah.
seeing
You're up 13%, up 15%.
Yeah, I'm at 28%. I'm like, oh God, I'm like 8 hours a day on this phone. I go, this is not good.
This is not healthy.
I'm ripping the phone out of my kids' hands. Like, no more screen time. I'm on my phone for 12 hours a day, looking at eBay stuff.
Look at this, but you're just taking the screen time from them and using it for yourself.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm like, I got this company I'm trying to launch off the ground.
Yeah.
So Apple was starting in a garage. I'm trying to launch this company.
Lying to your kids already. That's great. That's awesome.
But definitely check us out. Check out our Instagram page, our Twitter thing. Like, we have a lot of cool things coming. We're trying to do YouTube videos of our like mail days, but I just want to rip it open right away. But now I got to hold it till I get like a few things and then open it all together, which I'm not finding the most fun.
Yeah. Ripping it, but people enjoy watching that kind of stuff. I think we're
I really love doing the box breaks and the Raz. I think that's just it's just a fun thing. And for $5 you could get, hopefully, I wouldn't say a life-changing card, but you could get like a 500, hopefully I could pull this person a great card for low risk, high reward kind of thing. It's definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah, $5. You doing $5 a pack on stuff like, how much were you charging?
I do like Chrome. Chrome, I was doing a break, which I didn't want to do a pack war where somebody wins the whole box. So I was doing $10, 15 spots, 4 winners. One winner wins the first auto, one winner wins the second auto, the third winner wins all the numbered and parallels, and the fourth winner gets all the base. So 4 winners, and for $10 you could get, I want to say the best card I pulled was a Sasha Banks out of 25 5-timers auto. Was one nice. Free. So it was a cool thing. And I pulled, some big cards. It was definitely a lot of fun for $10. 2 cups of coffee, you win a big card. So it's a lot of fun.
2 cups of coffee. It's true, man.
Yeah, 2 cups of coffee. Or you go to Starbucks, man. It might be one. I don't know.
It might be 1 cup, depending on what kind you get. But well, that's cool, man. I just appreciate you coming on, man, and talking cards. I mean, you and I can talk cards probably forever, I'm sure, when it comes to wrestling cards. And just,
I think the biggest issue with me coming on was your time was different. So I was so confused of what time it was. Right now,
right now, you're 2 hours ahead of me.
Okay, yeah, so, Danny had to explain that to me. I go, he's saying 7:30. 7:30 my time or his time? So I'm not even home yet. He goes,
yeah,
no, I think you're good.
Yeah, you're good. So I mean, because I'm in the state that doesn't change time. So
really,
we don't change our clocks at all. So
oh man, you're really missing out. It's a lot of fun. Well, one day you get an extra hour of sleep.
I'm a SoCal boy, man. So I'm from SoCal, so I'm aware of it. So usually, half of the year, I just say, oh, we're West Coast time or Pacific Standard Time from the same time as California and Washington, Oregon. But now they fall back, so they're an hour behind us. Zan's an hour ahead of me, and you're 2 hours ahead of me. Yeah, it's pretty much all I think I really have for this with this talk. Really was just kind of catching up, seeing what you guys were doing, what's coming out with you guys. So I mean, it's the Patreon thing. I'm still kind of unfamiliar how that works and stuff like that, really, but I kind of have an idea because I've never used it before. Seems like a cool thing.
It's like a club for support the podcast, different podcasts. I saw everybody had one, so I said we got to get one too. That was pretty much it.
I mean, is that a lot of work to run that?
Should ask Danny that question.
Danny that question. I have every intention of getting those guys on some point, trying to talk to them too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they are. They're good guys, and you definitely enjoy the conversation. Danny will tell you behind the scenes on how he does stuff and probably how it is. I want to know. Me.
I want to know because I'm a one-man operation over here for me doing all my stuffs like that. So I want to know.
Yeah, it's God bless you being one man opera. I couldn't do this all by myself.
And then it's like, well, I get frustrated with certain things sometimes. So I kind of want to either, I might be starting going bi-weekly with these. So who knows? Because I just don't know if I have the time. I got to kind of focus on organizing my mess of cards that I seem to have acquired again all of a sudden. And
Oh, that's fun.
I gotta
That's
sell
fun.
stuff. I gotta move stuff. I gotta get ready for opening that store hopefully sometime early next year. And we'll see. I mean, I got all kinds of stupid things laying around. I got it's a pass. It was a ticket that you had to get that you got because I used to work with China for her memorial service.
Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought you had that. If you asked what's in this envelope, I wouldn't have guessed that.
I give you $1 million to guess what's in this envelope.
Yeah, you would have kept that $1 million.
Yeah. So, I appreciate your time and coming on here, chit chatting with me, talking about wrestling cards. I think
It's awesome. Thanks for inviting me.
You're someone I could probably talk wrestling cards with forever and a half. I probably so.
Yeah, until we got in trouble.
Yeah, if I lived on the East Coast like that, I'd say just go have a beer and talk about some wrestling, man. Wrestling cards.
Exactly. Let's bring our books.
Bring our books.
Do some trading.
Oh man, I got to get better at that. I mean, you do a lot of trading yourself?
Not really. It's just selling, or I try to do some trading, but trading's kind of tough. Some cards are more valuable, but if you go on base to base, it's easy, but not too much. People are so nice to just give me the cards. They don't even do like a trade. They'll just give you the card. Like, I was like, I didn't get that Roman Reigns base yet, and somebody sent it to me. I was like, thank you so much.
See, we're talking about some love about Danny here. I'll tell you. Let me say, I think what he sent me. I think this is what he sent me. If I'm not mistaken, I think he sent me this card numbered to 10.
Really?
I think.
Hey, there you go.
No,
let's say he did.
If it's not that, then he sent me. If it's not that, which now I'm thinking about it, you know what? It probably wasn't. This is more him.
Yeah.
I think he sent me
the gold. Yeah, I don't think he sent you an auto to 10.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Somebody did send me this.
That's awesome.
Somebody sent me that. Like, hey, here's a kickstart your Loomis collection.
Yeah, that's a good way to start it right there.
I'm like, okay, thanks. I guess that's where I'm heading now. So I got to finish my rainbow. So I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Danny sent me this one, and then I picked up this one as well. So.
Oh.
So I'm
working. Now you're going down the rainbow hole.
I'm going rainbow hole.
Ask your boy Zan how to do it. He does it right.
I'm going to. I did pick this up recently. I kind of like. I didn't even know they existed. A printing plate from this set.
Oh, that's cool. I had I actually stole this idea from somebody else. Another idea somebody gave me. A TNA Jeff Jarrett printing plate. Mm-hmm. I actually got signed a 101. I got signed by Jeff Jarrett.
I'm getting that signed by Kurt.
Yeah, it's cool. They sign it nice. It looks good. It's definitely
well,
a cool
it's a 1 of 1, and these were printing plates from that year's set that never had printing plates released. So there's somebody I found that bought out all the TriStar inventory and has all these printing plates from that set. And I'm like, I want all the Kurt Angle ones. So I bought this one.
Well, I got you. I got a printing plate I bought. I want to say when I first started collecting from. I want to say the 90 Classic set. I guess it's Hogan walking down the aisle with his hands up, I think holding the belt.
Yeah.
Were those weren't released?
They were never released. That's all aftermarket stuff from when Classic went out of business,
Yeah, I randomly bought that off somebody. Yeah, that's cool. And that's like one of the things I've been holding on to my collection. It's like I want to say I bought it for like $40. And I go, this is pretty cool.
I've seen there's a guy on Twitter, Main Event Collectibles. If you don't follow him, follow his stuff. He has an incredible inventory of it. He's an Onto the Giant specialist pretty much, but he's got all kinds of things that are signed by Onto the Giant. Even before he was known as Onto the Giant, he's got stuff signed by him. He's got event posters and he has the printing plates for some of those classic stuff and printing plates for the old 85 and 87 tops.
Really?
Yeah,
that is cool.
So I was like, these are different aftermarket type stuff. Like they kind of went out the back door or, went out somewhere because, the place closed up kind of thing. So I know about that kind of thing because I was one of the 4 guys that bought out all the Fleer inventory when that stuff went out of business. So you guys a big deal on that stuff. I mean, well, it went out of business. What else going to do with it? It's like, hey, we got to get rid of it. Hey, I'll get together some people and see if we can buy it. And we bought it.
There you go.
But I do appreciate your time, man. I know it's late for you. You got kids. I got kids. And I can hear mine back there kind of giving his mother a run for her money right now. So I'm sure she's like, stop talking cards and get out here and help me.
Yeah. If I hear another stop talking wrestling cards from my wife, if
I had a nickel for every time I had that,
man,
I'd buy this card off me.
I love that
So,
card. That's awesome.
hope to sell it. I'll keep everybody posted on that one here soon. But
Yeah, definitely.
Outside of the Card Foundation podcast, where can people actually follow you and find you?
I'm all over the Card Foundation. I kind of made that my baby.
Your baby.
I made the Instagram, which is Card Found Pod, my baby. That's where you can find me, message me. I'm kind of like my 12 hours a day that I'm on my phone. That's about 8 hours I'm on Instagram. But also, if you guys are on Twitter, we are on Card Found Pod on Twitter, and then you most likely talk to Johnny on that one. But Card Foundation Pod, that's me on Instagram. You can find me there.
Nice. And everybody can find WrestlingTradingCards.com. You can find it on WrestlingTradingCards.com. That's where everything's at.
Simple.
Simple. I just make it the home base where everything, if I have something new, if I get into Snapchat, God, I hope not, it's going to be on there. If I'm into TikTok, and I hope I don't, it's going to be on there. All that stuff's going to be right there on Wrestling. I just try to make it all in one place. So
Perfect.
Like, subscribe, do whatever you need with this. Bitch, complain, tell us what we're doing wrong, and tell us what we're doing right. I'm just engaged. All I care about is engaging, educating, informing people, and having fun. So that's it.
Oh, I agree. If you're going to bitch and complain, that's a Twitter thing. So definitely go on our Twitter and do that. If you want to praise and say nice things, that's an Instagram thing. So
Okay.
come to my Instagram with that.
With pictures.
Yeah, exactly. Simple pictures.
So yeah, no nudes. Okay, so
I didn't say that.
All right, man. I appreciate your time, and with that, man, I say we're out.
Thanks for having me.